Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is gzduel, and I'm here today to bring you my Ghost Trick deck. And I'm using this Ghost Trick deck. Within this Ghost Trick deck, I'm using OCG cards. So, please forgive me if you're just playing strictly TCG. I think that the current card pool for the Ghost Trick archetype is like insufficient for it to be competitive at all. I feel that with these OCG imports, you can actually do something with this deck, and it's really, really fun. So, with that said, if you're looking for a TCG deck profile, I'm sorry. But if you're playing OCG or if you're playing online, this deck profile really works fine. So without further ado, let me get into the deck. We have for monsters, one Ghostricks. I feel like if you run multiple, is really not necessary. Ghostricks is not that great of a monster on its own because you have 0 defense and you have to set it in order to like summon it. Ghostricks is basically your searcher, and its effect can only be activated once per turn, so having multiple of these Ghostricks on the field isn't really that necessary. Plus, if you just lose your Ghostricks into your graveyard, you can somehow get it back with, the effect of Alucard once it gets destroyed, or Dullahan once it gets destroyed, so it's really not necessary to run more than one copy, and if you ever wanted your Ghostricks like right away, you can probably just search it with your Jianqi. So that's why Ghostricks is at 1. Unlike Ghostricks, these other level 3 monsters, which are Ghostrick Mummy and Ghostrick Ghoul, I run at 2 copies each. First of all, I run at 2 because you can always search it out with Jianqi, but their effects are really, really good. Mummy's effect, of course, you can only use this once per turn, but it has the synergetic power with other level 3 monsters, so that if you summon out a mummy and then you summon out another level 3 like Jianqi, you can go for an instant rank 3 XYZ. So it's much more useful in many more situations than Ghostricks. And also Mummy's effect is once per turn, and once that turn. So once per turn is good because you can use it every turn, but once that turn means if you control multiple copies, it's not necessarily you'll get the effect. So that's why I only play Mummy at 2. Ghoul is a good idea too. I thought about using Ghoul at 3, but then I always end up, with the field, you'll have a Jianqi on the field, you'll have a Mummy probably, you'll probably have a Stein, you'll probably have some rank 1 monsters, so there's no room to play more than 1. I played 2 because it's okay to draw into it, especially if you draw into it with Mummy. If you summon out Mummy and then summon out Ghoul, you can combine their attack using Ghoul's effect to 2,600 at least, so that's pretty good. And Ghoul is, its effect is not limited to once that turn. So you can use this Ghoul to combine all the attack on one monster, and then use the other Ghoul to combine it on the same monster, and it'll be pretty awesome. 3 Ghostrick Jianqi goes without saying. It searches the whole deck, so why not, right? It runs your whole deck. 2 Ghostrick Witch. In the TCG card pool, this is a really, really powerful monster. It basically has the effect of Tsukiyomi, but with these other Ghostrick Frost and Ghostrick Roll Shift manipulating the positions of your opponent's monsters, it's not really necessary to run more than 2. Ghostrick Wish is really good. So usually you'll have Jianqi face down, and then the first time you flip up Jianqi, you'll have to use Jianqi to search for a level 1 Ghostrick monster because you only have Jianqi on the field, and then you can summon out that monster, or you can summon out another monster, so that next turn when you flip it, you can search out a level 2, which is probably Witch, and then you can summon out Witch, and then you slowly build up Ghostrick monsters on the field, so that when you flip Jianqi, you can search for level 3s and so on. So that's why it's a necessary step to run Witch, which has a really good effect anyway, so that's why I run it at 2. Ghostrick Frost is pretty good. It has a Book of Moon effect plus a Battle Fader effect, so you can negate the attack of your opponent, and then you can flip that monster face down. Pretty good, but it's also very limited because it can only activate its effect when your opponent declares a direct attack. Now, that's first of all rare because you always want field presence with these Ghostrick monsters, and second of all, it probably happens only when you have Ghostrick House and they're trying to attack you directly. So with that said, it's good, but it's not good enough to be at 3. Unlike Lantern, which has the effect of Battle Fader, you can negate the attack, but at the same time, you can use it when your opponent's declaring a direct attack, and also when your opponent's declaring an attack on your Ghostrick monster. So that's why you run Lantern at 3, because it's more versatile than Frost. You also want to run Ghostrick Mary, but I toyed with 3, but it's not that often that I take so much damage as to like be able to use Mary's effect. So I chose to do it at 2. Sometimes it works when you're using Jianxi. You can flip up Jianxi and your opponent has, say, like a face down monster or a monster with higher defense than his 400 attack. You just simply take some damage, go into battle phase, attack into his defense position monster, and then you can discard this Mary, which you search with Jianxi, and then using Mary's effect, you can set stuff like, I don't know, like a witch or maybe a mummy to set up for next turn. So that's pretty good. For spell cards, we have Allure Darkness because everything is dark and you want to draw into your Jianxi. 1 Dark Hole is not bad, is really good. 3 Pot of Duality because you don't necessarily special summon on your turn. You do special summon like these level 1 monsters, but it's when your opponent attacks on their turn, so it's in response to their turn, so it really doesn't block with Pot of Duality at all. The only times you do special summon is when you have like significant field advantage that you want to go for like a power play. So Pot of Duality really adds consistency. 3 Missile Space Typhoon I feel like is really needed, especially for decks who run a lot of back row. Missile Space Typhoon is good because you protect your field card. So if you activate Ghostrick House and your opponent is like, oh, I'm just gonna activate my my Dragon's Ravine on your Ghostrick House, you just say, nope, I'm gonna use Missile Space Typhoon. So you can protect your Ghostrick House. Also, it protects your traps from being locked down by stuff like Royal Decree. It protects your monsters from being taken away by, I don't know, Rivalry of the Warlords, because some of them are zombies and some of them are fiends for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, it really helps break you out of situations. That's why you run it at 3. Ghostrick House, nothing needs to be said about this. With this, you can basically troll your opponent where you can attack them directly for full damage and they can only attack you directly for half damage. One problem is travel because you can only do 1. Ghost Trick Out is really, really cool because, you know, you can, it's like a massive protection, like a blanket protection for all of your Ghost Trick monsters. Sometimes when I run into Mirror Force, I'm so happy that I have Ghost Trick Out, and plus it's a Ghost Trick spell or trap, so you can search it with Stein. Same thing with Ghost Trick Panic. It's like a more powerful version of Book of Moon, and you can search it with Stein's effect. So I played it at 3. 1 compulsory evacuation, 2 Ghost Trick Roll Shift. Ghost Trick Roll Shift, if you guys don't know, the effect is really complicated, but you can pause the video here and read it if you want, but it really helps with manipulating your opponent's monster's position. So if you have a face down Ghost Trick monster, you can activate this and you can flip up your monster and then flip face down their monster. But the only downside to this is during once per turn during the battle phase, you can activate one of their effects. So you know, it's really limited. It's not as powerful as like a Book of Moon, where it's in like main phase 1 when your opponent's making like XYZ plays and stuff. You can just stop them, but it really helps when they're attacking you. You can just flip their monster face down. Next turn, if you do have the field card, you can attack them directly. It's quite powerful. So I run it at 2 because it's continuous and you can use this effect again and again, and you can also just search it out with Stein. Also, 2 Fiendish Chains because you wanted to get your opponent's monster's effect. That can be kind of annoying, and 1 Solemn Warning. Now in the extra deck, this deck you can make rank 3s and rank 2s and rank 1s. Rank 3s most probably because you have more of those. Rank 2s not so likely because you only have 2. And rank 1s not so likely, but it's possible. But it's like, you know, they're kind of weak. So rank 3s, we have Acid Golem, we have also Leviathan Dragon, 1 Giga Brilliant, 2 Alucards. Alucard is really good, but I don't ever see myself needing 3. 1 Leviair the Sea Dragon, 1 Mechwhip Engineer, one of my favorite rank 3 monsters currently. The Temtempo, Zenmains. For rank 2s, we have the Jin Buster, Gachi, and Armor Kappa. Rank 1s, we have 2 Ghostrick Dullahan, which is the new OCG monster, and also 1 Slacker Magician. In the side deck, our side deck is really to like kill dragons. Just don't like dragons. So 2 Ghost Destroyers, 2 Max C, 2 Effect Veiler, 3 Vanity's Emptiness, 3 Imperial Iron Wall, 2 Gozen Match, and 1 Soldiering. So you might be saying, well, look at your extra deck. It's not much in terms of dealing with, say, other meta decks like Mermails. Say, I don't know, Fire Fist, Evil Swarm. But then again, if you think about it, the way that they play, they rely on like just normal attacks. Dragons, they cheat though. They when you banish their dragons, you can search for dragons. Like that's cheating. So you know, in order to stop them cheating to play fair, like you can play fair and win against decks with powerful monsters. You don't care about their monster attacking you because the best that they can do is attack you directly for half damage. But you are afraid of like stupid card effects that like dragons are able to pull off, especially when they go into Draco Sack and start popping your face down Jiangshi so you can't search for anything. So that can get quite annoying. So that's why the deck is tailor-made for that, first of all. But second of all, if you take a really hard look at the side deck, you do see that there are cards that you can side in for multiple decks. You can side in Imperial Iron Wall for the Prophecy matchup. You can also use this against Evil Swarm so that they can't use cards like Cursion, and they can't use cards that banish you. Also, Max C and Valor you can use for multiple decks. Vanity's Emptiness is good for multiple decks, and Gozen Match I guess is for dragons, but like other than that, Soul Drain can be used for Dark Worlds and Mermails and stuff like that. So it's still kind of versatile, but our main concern is dealing with dragons because their deck basically cheats. So I basically went on a rant, but I hope you guys stayed this far. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile as well. I had a lot of fun playing with it. I don't win a lot with this deck because it's kind of slow compared to other decks, but it's really, really fun because it's frustrating to play against, and it's all about trolling your opponent. So I hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. Once again, this is Gary GZ Duels signing out.